Hi, I'm Elkie Holland from Prospectus IT, and I'm here today with Martyn Phillips, the Business Development Manager from RevSoft UK. Hi Martyn, thanks for joining me today and agreeing to give me an update and talk about social media with me.
Hi Elkie, and hello to all our listeners.
Right, just before we start about social media, could I just ask you to clarify the truth in a little rumour I heard outside of the MultiValue marketplace? Is it true that RevSoft have actually been marketing outside of the MultiValue community?
Yes, it is, and this is nothing new for us at Revelation. We frequently attend exhibitions, welcome non-Revelation developers to our user group meetings, and I do whatever I can to get the MultiValue message out into the wider world at every possible opportunity. So, yeah, it's true.
Okay, bearing in mind you're UK, does that mean that this is just a UK initiative or is it worldwide?
I don't want to give the impression that all of the marketing comes out of the UK office. As a global company, Revelation undertakes marketing worldwide, and we obviously have a pretty high profile in the MultiValue community through Spectrum, but we still look for cost-effective marketing opportunities to spread the word more widely whenever we can. For example, a little while ago, RevUS ran a radio campaign on aircraft flying around the USA. That campaign generated some leads for us here in the UK, which was really nice. And closer to home, over the last few years, RevUK have attended Linux World in London, CeBIT in Germany, although we didn't get there this year, and we've travelled as far afield as South Africa for a major show down there. So, yeah, we're pretty busy.
Okay. Could you tell me a bit more about this current campaign, please?
Yeah, we've got two campaigns on the go at the moment. The first is a three-wave campaign that's going to around 1,000 largely non-multi-value developers and software houses. We then have another campaign planned to go out to companies and a number of local government departments in a few weeks' time. And both of these are email and paper-based campaigns with telephone follow-ups to maximise the impact and hopefully the results that we'll achieve.
Okay. How's it gone so far? Have you had any good results back from it?
The second wave of the first campaign only went out a few days ago, and we tend to find that it's the third wave that generates the best result for us. But we're getting some good results and good leads already. And some of the resulting calls are very interesting. As expected, about half of the people are just interested in Revelation and the MultiValue marketplace and what it has to offer. And these people are pretty much settled in whatever technology they're using at the moment. So, those calls don't normally amount to that much initially. That said, I always try and leave the door open for the future, and hopefully they'll come back to us at some point.
Okay, and what about the other half?
The other half are mostly individual developers or very small software companies, and their interest is coming from problems with stalled projects, missed opportunities, and there's something that seems to be more common given the current economic climate, although obviously the economy is picking up at the moment, which is good. And their main interest is in how they can compete with larger, more established companies. And that's something that many of Revelation's developers do all of the time. So they're also interested in what Revelation can do to help raise their profiles through our partnership. And that tends to be based on support and marketing and sales. We've got a whole package around people to make sure that they're successful, because we're only successful if they are. It's early days at the moment, but I'm looking forward to seeing how things go over the next few weeks as the third and final wave drops.
Okay, well, it's fantastic to hear that you're actually proactively spreading the MultiValue word. Now, thanks for that. Social media, Web 2.0, really hot topic at the moment. There's some controversy whether it's useful or not. As a business, RevSoft seems to have embraced it quite a lot. And I noticed that using YouTube, Twitter, blog, Facebook. How did you get started?
I started with LinkedIn sometime in early 2008, but I quickly dropped maintaining the network because it was taking quite a lot of my time and I couldn't really see the business benefit. But I continued to watch as the whole social networking craze took off, and I got back into it probably mid-2009 with Facebook and Twitter.
Now, you're blogging. You seem to be a very, very active blogger. Why did you decide to go down that route?
I started blogging in late 2008 to help me to get breaking news and technical information out to our clients in a more timely manner. Prior to that, I was using or creating a monthly newsletter, which meant holding back content some months and searching around to fill column space at other times. The blog makes it really convenient for me and also for my readers, and I try to keep the blog on topic, so it's become, rather a nice business resource for me, and it works very well.
Right, okay. You've got your YouTube channel, and that seems to be very, very busy lately. Now, what's the benefit of maintaining a channel? What do you find?
Well, I created my YouTube channel account primarily to promote a new Open Insight demo application that I've built. And then that went on, and I began to use the videos to educate people about new features for Open Insight that were coming through. And I found that I prefer video to paper guides, as people can quickly see how easy Open Insight is to use. And also people tend to learn more from videos than ploughing through, wads of paper. So, I like that particular forum for that sort of message for training and updating people on new things that are coming through with Open Insight.
Okay. So what's the new series of videos that you're working on?
All right, the new series is the Quick Start Guide video series for Open Insight. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a long time, but the marketing campaign really pushed this higher up my agendas. We got new developers, people that are also not used to MultiValue, taking an interest. It's an ongoing project for people that don't have the time to sit with me for an hour demo, and a lot of people don't want to sit with a salesman anyway. So they can view the videos on their mobile phones during their commute home or at other convenient times. And they also help me to reach a wider audience through the YouTube searches and web searches and the like. So it seems to be worthwhile, and it's something that people expect from us these days anyway. So, it's good all round.
I mean, using social media and social networking, how quickly did you start to see results coming through from it?
Well, the results weren't immediate. It's really all about numbers, typical in the sales and marketing game. And the more people that hear about you and your business, the more chance there is of something coming from it. Nothing much happened in the early days, but as more and more people got on the bandwagon and the various technologies became more and more joined up, then more opportunities began to present themselves. I've only got about 50 direct contacts in my LinkedIn account, but through those 50, I've got access to over 300,000 people. And better still, without any work, that number is growing on a daily basis, and I'm now regularly appearing in around 50 searches a week, and I've had 11 people view my profile in the last week alone. And these are people that I wouldn't otherwise have been able to reach. And at the moment, I'm talking to several people that have simply picked up on my enthusiasm for Open Insight. I've got 5 calls booked today, and we all just need to be positive about what we do and the technologies that we use, and then go on to the various social networking resources and spread the word. The opportunities will come. We just need to be more proactive, I think.
Now, having had a look at your channel, I noticed that you've got a lovely YouTube about of an iPhone mobile app. Can you tell me a bit about it?
Yeah, I've been looking for a single interface to bring the various online resources together, and we spoke about that, and you mentioned about Google Dashboard, and I created one of those, but it involved running up my laptop, and it was taking time out of my working day because it just didn't really work for me on a mobile device. The screen was just too small. So I then turned to Google Reader for my RSS feeds, which was great, but I still wanted to bring more content together in one place, so web pages and other rich content that's out there. So that didn't really work for me. Now, I don't actually have an iPhone, but I run this little application on my iPod Touch with an internet connection, so that's good. And I find it so much easier than having to run up my laptop out of hours, and it's a lot more discreet when I'm with the family or I'm out somewhere. In a nutshell, the application is enabling me to join the gaps in these other social networking tools. It's only been available for a few days, and I've plans to expand the content over the next few weeks. But it certainly helps me to bring together all of my blog postings, my YouTube channel, and my Twitter postings. So 3 key resources that my customers are interested in. I've also got a feed to Spezzetura's blog. It's a highly technical blog, really nice one. Also to my YouTube channel, and sort of the Revelation web feeds that I need to stay on top of on a daily basis. And the Revelation feeds that I use are the news feeds and the 2 technical discussion forums. In addition, I've included a contact page and maps to Revelations offices that I know you don't particularly like. I think they're quite gimmicky. And a link to SRP's product news and, of course, MultiValue jobs so that I can keep up to date with who's hiring in our community. So it's quite useful. It helps me to keep up to date, quickly and easily while I'm on the move.
Okay. I was going to say, yes, I may not like the maps, but obviously I do like your MultiValue jobs.
Cool.
Now, I hear you've got 9.2 coming out soon, so I'm hoping I can catch up with you again on video and we can have a chat about that. Would that be all right with you?
Yep, that's due out sort of beginning of April, so yep, give me a call. We'll get together again.
Thank you. And in the meantime, thank you very much for sharing your experience of social media with us and how you're using it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.